Hello, Crystal Palace. Welcome to the Upper Norwood Library Hub's Library Live Lunch. This is a place to share positive and inspirational local stories, useful information, maybe some things that you might not know about the community or other interesting things to try, which is what we've got today, and basically to keep us all connected during this time. So my guest today is Marina da Silva, who is a content marketing executive for Pearson, the world's learning company, and she's here to tell us about some courses, particularly free ones. So Marina, it's lovely to have you today. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on.
Tell us a bit about your background.
Yeah, so I'm a content developer in the education sector. I've been in education for a while, about 3 or 4 years now, and my work is mainly focused on content, so creating learning material, but also marketing material. So it's been a mix.
And you've worked for a few different kind of startups and things, haven't you, along the way?
I have, yeah, a lot of those education focused as well. It's really focused on accessibility. So yeah, building learning platforms. So really from conception to end life date. Yeah, which can be anything from short courses to full master's degrees, and learning material for professionals as well, which are shorter courses that are less than 8 weeks, for example.
Cool. Big variety.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And you're working for Pearson at the moment. Tell us a bit about what you're doing for them.
Yeah, so at Pearson, I work on the online program management team, and I create content for whatever is necessary. So from video to blogs to advertorials to our communications with our students. We have master's courses, like I was saying earlier, worked across short courses and master courses. So I'm in charge of partnerships, and my partnerships are the University of Oxford and the University of Sussex. And I also work with UK Learns, which is what I'm going to be telling you about.
Awesome. Brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, just before we talk about that, I just want to say hello to everybody who's watching. We're on several different social media platforms today. So I know we've got Friends of Gypsy Hill, Steve, Kappa Catcher, Brockwell, Greenhouses, and Meg on Instagram, I think. I can see we've got a few people on Facebook as well. And I don't know if we have people on YouTube, so that's great.
Oh, we're on YouTube. Amazing.
I think we're on YouTube as well. So hello to everybody who's watching. If you have any questions for Marina as we go along, or any comments, please do feel free to drop them in the social media, whatever page you're on, and we will try and answer them as we go. So Marina, tell us about UK Learns that you've been developing.
Yeah, so UK Learns is a learning platform that we created off the back of everything that's going on with COVID-19. We realized that people had obviously lost their jobs. A lot of people have been furloughed, and that they needed learning opportunities so that they could, kickstart their career when all this is over. And so we really just decided, yeah, let's build this platform, UK Learns. We partnered up with Future Learn, Open University, School of Marketing, National Extension College. And so we created kind of this curated range of courses, and a lot of them are free. Over 300 of them are free, actually. And they're just to really help people get back on their feet. Or, if you just want to learn something new, you can use it for those purposes too.
I guess there's a big variety of things people are wanting at the moment, aren't there? Because obviously, speaking as somebody in the music industry, we're sort of looking at, we don't even know if there'll still be an industry in a few months. And I guess some people are looking to change industry. Some people are looking just at options, and some people might want something just for fun to keep them occupied while they're on furlough. I suppose there's a big variety, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. We found that there's a lot of people who have been furloughed who are just interested in moving on to something else when they realize that actually their work might not, like you said, be around when this is over. So yeah, we're hoping to really help fill that gap.
And I think the best thing is for you to show us, really, isn't it? So you're going to give us a demo of the new platform and some of the options on it, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's completely fine. So I'm just going to show you the home page, and the way that it works is you'll go through a quiz process, and I'm going to run you through what that might be like and give you an example of how that might work. So I'm going to share my screen now.
Because So actually this the quiz you mentioned, that's one particularly interesting feature of this, isn't it? Or
Mhm.
unusual, or something new you developed, I think.
Yeah, so it's like an algorithm that lets you go through the library of courses in a way that's more digestible, because you might be completely overwhelmed by the sheer amount of courses we have available and you're just looking for something specific. So you will do the how do you want to learn feature, and it's just like a 5-6 step quiz that narrows down your options to exactly what it is that you're interested in, essentially.
Mhm.
So this is the homepage of the platform. As you can see, this is what's above the fold. And I've written all this copy, by the way. So whatever
Awesome.
you see in the homepage, I'm sorry if you don't like it, but I do hope you do.
And if we
So I'm
do
gonna
like it, then you get the credit for it.
exactly. So I'm gonna click on how do you want to learn. So as you can see, this is for you to get your personalized recommendations. So for example, I'm just gonna just come up with an example. I'm working in marketing, but I might be interested in transitioning into finance. And I have no idea how to do that, or if I'm even that interested in it. So I'm going to say, what would I like to do? Because this is a new career, I like to learn new skills to kickstart my career. So I click on that. But as you can see, you can actually click on anything. So if you're like, I'm not sure, I might just be interested in this to learn something new for my personal development. I might just want to get extra qualifications. You can choose whichever. You can choose them all. You can choose one. I'm going to go with just one so we get a narrowed response. And then you'll be asked, which industry do you work in or want to work in? Because I've just said finance, I'm going to choose accountancy, banking, and finance. I'm going to choose business consulting and management. Anything that's relevant, you can choose. And again, if you chose them all because you're not sure, tick off as many boxes as you like. I'm going to press next. Okay, this is a big one. How much time would you like to spend learning? You might not have a lot of time. You might only be working part-time, for example, still, or so you might not have 100 to 200 hours to do a course. So you can choose any that you think might work for you. I've got a couple ticked off here, so I'll just stick with that. I'll also add that 0 to 1. So this is also really important because how you want to learn really dictates how you spend your time. So you could learn online anytime, meaning that you can log on anytime that's convenient for you, and the courses are pre-recorded and they're there waiting for you. Or you could learn on a schedule. So you book the time that you're gonna learn, and you learn on that time, or there's going to be seminars during a specific time and you have to attend during that time. So it's really flexible depending on your lifestyle.
And you really can choose your level of commitment and flexibility, I guess.
Yes, absolutely. So here again, you can choose both if you're not sure, or you can choose one. I'm just going to go for online anytime. This is another good one because if you're trying to transition careers, you might decide that you need to have a certificate to show a potential employer that you're serious about switching industries. So you would definitely want to get a certificate. If you're not that interested in sharing your learning, you just want to learn something new, then you don't have to. It's really up to you, and you can. I'm going to say yes to this and see what comes up. But you can also, as you can see, you could skip the question. Okay, so when you get here, you can send us your information. So if you get to the end result and you don't see anything that you like, we'll email you things that fit the answers to your questions.
Cool.
So we'll send you a tailored recommendation of courses once they become available, if they're not currently available. But if you're like, I'd rather take my chances, you can say, no, thanks, take me to my learning. Okay, and these are your learning recommendations. And as you can see up here, it says you can retake the quiz at any time. So if you change your mind about what you want to learn, or you feel like actually that wasn't the right answer, you can always go back on that. And here you'll see that you'll have choices of, you can continue to narrow down. So you can change the industry, change the learning method, the study time, the certificate, the price, all here. I've got here paid and free. Oh, there we go.
Wow, there's a lot of options.
Yeah, so you've got 130 results just around finance and accounting, etc.
And just online as well, actually, that was, wasn't it? Wow.
Yes, yeah, exactly. These are all online. These are all digital courses. So as you can see, we've tried to make it as convenient as possible by giving how long it takes to take the course, and whether it's online anytime or whether it's a set schedule. So, if it doesn't suit you, then don't even click on it.
I think managing my money is something I probably need to do.
Yeah, there's a couple of these where I'm like, I really need this course.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So you get your results, you pick a course. If none of them suit you, you can go back and retake the quiz, whatever's most convenient to you. And if you're not sure about online learning, we also have blogs written by me that you can read to kind of help you decide whether online learning is the right option for you, and what it entails, and what it might, what it might take from you essentially, and what it might offer you.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
guess we don't have an awful lot of choice at the moment. It's online learning or nothing, really.
Yeah,
Right
exactly. And
now.
I think some people are scared of the online learning environment, or they've had bad experiences in the past, but we've really come such a long way from the way things used to be, and we've tried to make these learning experiences as easy to use and as flexible and as, I guess, packed with the information that you need in a short condensed amount of time, so that if there isn't a waste of time, it's completely catered to exactly what you need to build the skills that you need to either learn something new or change careers or whatever your need might be.
Yeah, and actually just seeing the quiz and have you take us through it. It's really comprehensive and sort of very user friendly,
Yeah.
and really easy for you to choose either very specific options or completely be very open and flexible, isn't it?
Yeah.
Depending on if you know what you're looking for, I guess, or not. So
Yeah.
you've obviously put a lot of time and effort into making it really user friendly.
Yeah, I mean, it's a massive team effort, and we've got a great tech team at Pearson. So the quiz really came about last minute. I mean, we weren't going to launch with it, and then we realized there's so many courses. How are people going to, know exactly what they need? Even with this find a course feature, you might not actually know what you want, so you can't
Yeah.
type exactly that into the box if you don't know. So giving that option last minute, I think, was the best finishing touch that we had for sure.
Yeah.
Do you want me to
Brilliant.
stop screen sharing?
Yes, let's come back to,
Sure.
well, actually you are visible when you're talking. You were visible
Oh,
at
am
the
I?
same time there. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Should have warned you of that, but never mind.
It's okay.
Yeah, excellent. And so I think from the point of view of everybody's situation being a little uncertain at the moment, and a lot of people maybe financially feeling quite uncertain, you were saying quite a lot of these courses are free at the
Yes,
moment.
over 300 of the courses are free. And it's also, they're not just for skills, they're for personal skill building as well, in terms of emotional skills. So one of our featured courses is a course on resilience. And if you're having a hard time during this time, and you feel like you need to practice some mental strength, but you don't know where to start, you could take a course on resilience. So it's not just about, soft and hard skills. It's also about personal inner change that you can make.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to come back to you in a sec to tell us a bit about the variety of courses and the kind of scope of what's on offer. But I'm just going to say hello to a few people. So we've got several people have joined while we were doing that. So we've got Jane, Patrick, Lazy Valentina, Ruby's Play, have all joined us on various platforms.
Cool.
And Jane has also said, great to have a talk through of this Pearson learning program. It looks very straightforward to get into, not cluttered up with tech stuff, really attractive. So
Great.
Thank you
I'm
for the
really glad to hear
comments.
that.
So Marina, do you want to give us an idea of the scope of the courses? I mean, you just mentioned sort of the mental resilience one, which is not what I was expecting, not something I was expecting to be an option. Actually, I guess I had in my head a more, the finance one, or sort of more academic somehow. So
Yeah.
give us an idea of the scope.
It's a huge scope, to be honest. So we've got GCSE classes. So for example, if you are thinking about studying again and you need to retake your GCSEs, you could take classes on our platform. You can study data science. You can study your new communication skills. You can study finance. You can study engineering. You can study sustainable development.
Wow.
You can study I'm trying to think of the scope. You could study IT. You could study how to be an Instagram influencer. That's
Wow.
something that interests you. So the scope is massive. Yeah, and
Yeah.
we're just going to keep growing because we're going to keep partnering up with institutions, and our goal really is to just keep expanding the offerings.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think the other day you mentioned German lessons as well. So we've got everything from sort of quite solid technical courses to more artistic ones to
yeah,
languages to social media to like, yeah,
yeah,
mental resilience. I mean, it's a
yeah.
huge, huge scope, isn't it?
Yeah, well, when we heard about the language courses, we were like, "Oh, that's great. How is that? How does that work?" And because it's so we've brought together lots of different study material from divisions across the company, and we're a global company, so there's a lot out there. And one of the things that we offer is the language programs and the assessments for people who are studying to become citizens of the UK.
Ah,
So those courses are on there. So if you're trying to learn English as a second language, or if you're trying to learn another language that you'd like to teach as well, you can do it on the platform. So we work with the government to supply those assessments. So all those language courses are on there.
wow,
Yeah, it's a
fantastic. That's
lot.
really good.
Yeah.
And where do you think this might go? So obviously this is really new and it's been kickstarted by COVID-19, hasn't it? I think
Yeah.
really, or brought made to happen quicker anyway. Um,
Yeah.
so where might it go?
Yeah, well, we've had lots of conversations about where it might go higher up than me, but I think it's gonna keep expanding in terms of the offerings. I think we might narrow down some of the offerings in the future to give like a wider range within a very specific industry. So if we find that some of the courses just aren't, there's not a lot of interest in them, or they're not really getting any traction, we'll narrow down so that we're really catering to people's needs.
Hmm.
Because we don't want to, at the same time, it's not a dumping ground for courses. We really want to make sure that what we're putting out there is something people actually really need.
Mm.
So I think we'll continue to possibly narrow down the courses, but then expand the levels within each of the industries or topics or specific skill sets that people are
Mm.
finding most useful. So yeah, I think the algorithm will get better as we go along as well. That's the first variation that you guys just saw. So the questions will get better and they'll become even more tailored.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Fab,
Yeah.
amazing. So I guess the question, the final question really is just how do people find out more if this is of interest?
Yeah. So they can go to the website. It's uklearns.pearson.com. Is that right? Or is it .co.uk? Oh, guys.
I think if we're very lucky, it's going to appear in the video feed in a minute.
Excellent.
So, guys,
But yeah, check out.
whatever you see in the video feed, go
Yeah.
with that one.
Yeah, you can check it out when you see it come up on the screen. Or you could just go to pearson.com and you'll find a link to it there as well. And that's really simple, just pearson.com. That's pearson.com.
Brilliant. So I think let's just do a very quick summary for anybody who's joined since we were talking about this at the beginning. So this is a new online learning platform that's been created off the back of COVID-19 and has a huge range of courses, including a lot that are free, some which if you're looking to change industry or needing things with a certificate, sort of a certificate of completion or accreditation or something, there are lots with those. What else? Marina, you should really be doing this. Give us a
Oh,
summary.
well, we've got master's degrees, like full-fledged master's degrees on there that you could take. It's quite a wide variety. What have you not mentioned? I think you did a pretty good job.
Okay, awesome. Thanks. And as Marina has just taken us through the website to see how to use it, it's actually very intuitive, very user friendly, and you have huge flexibility in whether you know exactly what you want or whether you actually have a wide range of ideas or anywhere in between. So it's really worth just jumping on and having a look at what's on offer. And
Yeah.
yeah, I think that how to manage your money option 24-hour course that I just saw, I think I might need to go and do that.
Yeah. I'll
especially
join you
right
on
now.
that.
So yeah, brilliant. We can tag team it, accountability. That's good.
Yeah, and
Excellent.
just one more thing. If you do
Mhm.
go on the platform and you don't see what you want, just give us your email and your name, and we'll send you something when it comes along. So if it's not there yet, we'll let you know when it does show up.
Amazing. So personal recommendations as well and updates as things change. That's really awesome.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Is there anything else that you want to add about this, Marina, while you're here?
I think we've gone through everything. I think it's just important to note that it was a really incredible project for me to be a part of, because it's given me an opportunity to be part of some sort of solution for what's going on at the moment. I know it's really tough times for a lot of people, and
Mm.
it definitely feels like we're trying to do something that will help people, you know, better their future, you know, at least have something that they can rely on to help them get to, I guess, a better future or a
Yeah.
better career
Yeah.
future past this point.
Fab.
Yeah.
I think one of the things I've been thinking about actually during this time, I'm sort of lucky in that because I work as a freelancer anyway in a huge variety of different jobs, I'm kind of used to working from home and kind of scheduling myself. And but I wonder how many people are maybe finding it tough if they're at home not working,
Yeah.
and needing to structure their days. And actually that was one of the things that occurred to me with this, that if people are looking for an external way to maybe structure their days and
Yeah.
provide that accountability, that this is one way to do it, and
Yeah.
be learning new skills or getting
Yeah.
a new skill for your CV, I suppose,
Yeah, and
in
you
the
could take
process.
the yeah, absolutely. And you can take the scheduled courses if you feel like you need a bit of a push. You know, if you choose the anytime and you feel like you need some structure, it might not be the best for you. But if you feel like, you know, I need a reason to get up at 8 a.m. and, you know, learn something new, then I would do the scheduled courses, because
Yeah,
then you're prompted to act and you're on a schedule, like you said.
yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
fantastic. Well, it sounds really brilliant. Like there's a huge amount of flexibility there, and I'm certainly going to go and check it out. Thank you for walking
Right.
us through the website. That's always really helpful with something new.
No, no
So
problem. Thanks for having
brilliant.
me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thanks so much for coming to chat to us.
Yeah, it was really
Um,
fun.
yeah, it's actually really it's really lovely for me doing this every day, because it means that every day I have an in-person chat with someone, even if it's via Zoom.
Yeah,
So
that's
it
amazing.
takes me out of my own little zone at least once a day. That's great.
Yeah, that's
Thank you
nice.
so much. Yeah, thank you for
Thanks.
coming to chat to us. So just before we leave you guys, as I'm sure you know by now, we have a really big live streaming program here. Please do check it out. There's everything from kind of singing classes, meditation, yoga, to live music on Friday in the Covers Cafe. And actually today at 1 o'clock, we have our final edible garden from Tanya, or the final of this series anyway. So that's 1 o'clock today on the Library Hub page. And the other thing is that we are always looking for more people to come and present things on the live stream program. So if you have an idea of something you'd like to do, something interesting you want to share with people, or something you're doing anyway that you want to try putting out live over Facebook, please give us a shout at info@unlt.org. That's it from me today. Tomorrow I am speaking to Manu Benden, who is the person responsible for all the lovely social media stenciling that's around the triangle. So all the kind of
Ooh.
circles for queuing and the footprints and things outside shops. He is behind that, and he's going to be telling us about guerrilla marketing and reverse graffiti, which are terms I had never heard before last week. So if you want to know what those are, please join me on the live lunch tomorrow at midday. So that's it for me. Marina, thanks so much.
Well, thank
And
you.
take care, everybody. Stay safe. We'll see you soon. Bye for now.
Bye.